Lynn here. Well, it's been a week. I've been in Uzbekistan for 7 days. Yesterday I spent 4 hours riding the metro. Stations here are quite interesting. A very interesting one was Cosmonauts. Beneath the streets of Tashkent, ordinary station entrances lead to marble halls, elaborate chandeliers, historic murals, and even a journey into space. Today I'm exploring 8 of Tashkent's most remarkable metro stations, but I'm not only looking at the platforms. I'll pass through the upper halls and then discover what is hidden underground. At the end, I will reveal the one station I would choose if I had time to visit only one. At every stop, I'll begin with the station entrance, follow the same path the local passenger takes through the upper hall, down the escalator, and onto the platform. Together, these 8 stations tell stories of trade, agriculture, poetry, national identity, history, and humanity's journey into space. I'm beginning at Chorsu because it provides one of the strongest contrasts in Tashkent. Above ground is Chorsu Bazaar, crowded, colorful, and filled with the sounds and aromas of one of the city's great markets. The word Chorsu refers to crossroads of marketplace, and this area has been a center of trade for centuries. But once I enter the station, the energy changes. The colors remain, particularly the blues and turquoise, but the atmosphere becomes calmer and more orderly. This video has narrations of pictures of the platform as well as constructions above the stairs. Above the stairs, Y. Kim's turquoise and white relief links humanity, nature, and history, a visual reminder that modern Tashkent remains connected to generations of life around the ancient Chorsu marketplace. This is what I enjoy about retirement travel. I don't have to choose between seeing the famous market and examining the metro station beneath it. Finally, I have time for both. Tinchlik means peace, and this station was one of the most pleasant surprises of my journey. It does not receive as much attention as Tashkent's more famous stations, yet its geometric wall patterns, matching lights, and chandeliers create a remarkable, complete design. Instead of filming only a platform, watch how the experience develops. A relatively ordinary entrance, a transition through upper hall, and a decorative underground space. That gradual reveal is part of the station's. Retirement travel has taught me that the place everyone photographs is not always the place I will remember most clearly. Alashur Navoiy is where the Tashkent metro begins to feel like an underground palace. The station honors a 15th century poet and thinker regarded as one of the greatest figures of Turkic literature. As I design, the practical world of signs, tickets, and passageways gives ways to domes, arches, and delicate blue ornament. The architecture recalls the great historic buildings of Uzbekistan, but it interprets those traditions in a modern underground space. The poetry, ornament, and architecture work together as one composition. A passage connects Alashur Navoiy with Paxtakor, whose name means cotton grower. Cotton played an enormous role in Uzbekistan's economy, and here it becomes part of the station's visual identity. The decorative columns and repeated cotton forms turn an agricultural subject into an architectural ornament. Paxtakor also gives us a chance to see the metro passengers experience it through the stairs, connecting passages, and changing architectural styles, not only through perfectly framed platform photographs. Uzbekistan station takes on a much larger subject, the nation itself. Its ceremonial scale, decorative lighting, and cotton-inspired forms create a space intended to represent Uzbekistan. This is a station where you need to look up. The chandeliers and ceiling design are as important as the platform walls, with close shots of individual details, and then reveal the complete hall with slow center view. By now, this metro journey is becoming a condensed introduction to Uzbekistan. From national tradition, we suddenly travel into the future. Cosmonauts, meaning the Cosmonauts, is a station many visitors remember above all others. The entrance gives little indication of the transformation waiting below. As I design, the palette changes to deep blues and greens, ceramic walls, glass-like columns, celestial lighting, and portraits of space pioneers create an atmosphere of a spacecraft imagined during the 1980s. Look at the portraits carefully. Among the figures celebrated here are Soviet cosmonauts and the Uzbek astronomer Ulig Beg. This may be the first subway station I have visited where waiting for a train feels like waiting for spacecraft. By exploring the upper halls, passageways, and platforms, I saw more than a collection of beautiful rooms. I saw how each station connects with the city history. That may be retirement's real luxury, not simply having time to go somewhere, but having time to notice where you are. Which station would you choose? A palace like Alashur Navoiy, a space-age Cosmonauts, or one of today's unexpected discoveries? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoy exploring the world through retirement travel, subscribe to Retire in the Country. There is much more of Uzbekistan to discover. Our next stop is Gafur Gulum, a station named for one of Uzbekistan's most celebrated poets and writers. Opened in 1989, the station feels quite different from some of Tashkent's grander, more formal stations. Here the decoration is less about chandeliers and polished marble and more about storytelling. Along the platform are large, colorful ceramic panels inspired by the world and work of Gafur Gulum. Tashkent Station is especially interesting when viewed from above and below. At street level, it serves the city's main railway gateway, a place of arrivals, departures, and reunions. The movement of passengers is part of its story. Underground, blue and white ceramic compositions show architecture, history, and scenes of Uzbek life. If you have time for only 3 stations, my third choice is Tashkent for its ceramic scenes in connection with the railway gateway. My second choice is Alisher Nevoy, where literature and traditional Uzbek architecture create an underground palace. And my first choice is Cosmonauts. It provides the most dramatic reveal and the most unusual experience. There are beautiful stations in many cities, but few can make an ordinary train ride feel like a journey into space. The Tashkent Metro has reminded me of something important about retirement traveling. Having more time does not necessarily mean traveling farther or visiting more places. Sometimes it means seeing familiar everyday places more carefully. These stations were built for commuters, but they also preserve stories about poetry, agricultural, trade, national identity, history, and science. By exploring the entrances, upper halls, passageways, and platforms, I saw more than a collection of beautiful rooms. I saw how each station connects with the city above it. Maybe that's retirement's real luxury.